Welcome back to the B&B Spoilers channel. Today, we will dive deep into the gripping drama unfolding on The Bold and the Beautiful for Friday, June 5, 2025, where shocking revelations and dangerous obsessions take center stage. Prepare yourself for an intense episode as Deacon Sharp grapples with unsettling news from Sheila Carter Sharp, while Luna Nozawa's spiraling vendetta against Steffi Forrester Finnegan reaches a terrifying new height. In this extended exploration, we'll uncover every layer of deception, desperation, and determination as the characters face life-altering choices. From hidden motives to potential redemptions, let's break down the chaos that promises to keep viewers on the edge of their seats. Deacon's world rocked by Sheila's disturbing confession. In the heart of Los Angeles, Deacon Sharp finds himself caught in a whirlwind of disbelief as his wife, Sheila Carter Sharp, drops a bombshell that threatens to upend everything he thought he knew. Sheila, with her trademark intensity, pulls Deacon aside at their cozy Il Giardino restaurant, her eyes flickering with a mix of concern and unease. She reveals that she's been spending time with Luna Nozawa, a young woman whose recent behavior has raised red flags. But this isn't just a casual update. Sheila's voice trembles as she admits that Luna has confided in her about a dark obsession with Steffi Forrester Finnegan. According to Sheila, Luna isn't just venting frustration, she's harboring a dangerous belief that eliminating Steffi will somehow pave the way for her to claim everything she desires: love, power, and a perfect life. Deacon, known for his rough-around-the-edges charm and protective nature, feels his heart sink as Sheila continues. She describes Luna's words with chilling clarity, painting a picture of a young woman consumed by delusion. Sheila even suggests that Luna sees her as a kindred spirit, someone who understands the thrill of bending the rules to get what you want. This connection, however, isn't one Sheila celebrates. In fact, she's visibly rattled by the depth of Luna's unhinged determination. For Deacon, this news is a call to action. His mind races as he considers the safety of Steffi and her husband, Finn, who have already endured so much turmoil. As he processes Sheila's warning, Deacon's rugged features harden with resolve. He knows he must act swiftly to prevent a potential tragedy. Could this moment also spark a new chapter for Sheila, where her past sins might be overshadowed by a genuine attempt to protect others? Only time will tell. But the stakes couldn't be higher in this tangled web of family loyalties and dark secrets. Luna's descent into vengeance, a deadly plan unfolds. Meanwhile, across town, Luna Nozawa's once bright spirit has been swallowed by a shadow of resentment and rage, all directed at Steffi Forrester Finnegan. In tomorrow's episode, Luna's obsession transforms into a perilous mission that could shatter lives forever. Having repeatedly intruded into Steffi and Finn's home. Despite explicit pleas to keep her distance, Luna's frustration boils over into something far more sinister. After being turned away yet again, her mind churns with reckless ideas. In a chilling turn of events, Luna acquires a firearm from a shady contact in a dimly lit alley, her trembling hands clutching the cold metal as if it holds the key to her salvation. Her sole focus is to erase Steffi from the equation, believing that her rival's absence will magically fix every broken piece of her life. What's most alarming about Luna's scheme is the complete lack of foresight. She hasn't considered the aftermath, how the police will swarm with questions, how forensic evidence could trace the crime back to her, or how her own conscience might haunt her if she succeeds. Her tunnel vision paints Steffi as the root of all her pain, from lost love to shattered dreams, ignoring the fact that her choices have played a role in her downfall. As Luna paces in her small apartment, muttering to herself and gripping the weapon, viewers can't help but feel a mix of dread and pity for a young woman so lost in her anger that she's blind to the inevitable consequences. Will someone intervene before her plan comes to fruition? Or is a devastating confrontation on the horizon? Steffi and Finn on high alert, danger lurks closer than ever. At the Forrester mansion, tension hangs thick in the air as Steffi and Finn navigate the constant threat of Luna's erratic behavior. Steffi, ever the fierce protector of her family, has grown increasingly wary after Luna's unannounced visits, each one more unsettling than the last. Her instincts scream that something is terribly wrong, though she can't quite pinpoint the extent of the danger. Finn, equally on edge, tries to reassure his wife while keeping a watchful eye on their surroundings. Their home, once a sanctuary, now feels like a fortress under siege, with every creak and shadow sparking a jolt of fear. Little do they know, Luna's latest move has escalated the risk to a deadly level, and the couple's vigilance might not be enough to shield them from what's coming. Adding another layer of complexity, whispers of Liam Spencer's involvement swirl through the storyline. Liam, battling a grave medical diagnosis that has left him with a sense of urgency, could unexpectedly step into the fray. His history with Steffi and his protective streak might drive him to intercept Luna's wrath, potentially at the ultimate cost. The image of Liam, weakened yet determined, standing between Steffi and a loaded gun is a heartbreaking possibility that fans can't help but dread. Meanwhile, Steffi's frustration mounts as legal options to restrain Luna seem limited without concrete evidence of a threat. The police, bound by protocol, can't act on mere suspicion, leaving Steffi and Finn to rely on their own defenses in a game of cat and mouse that's spiraling out of control. Sheila and Deacon at a crossroads, a chance for redemption? Back at Il Giardino, Sheila's confession to Deacon isn't just a plot twist, it's a crossroads for both characters. Sheila, long vilified for her manipulative and destructive schemes, shows a flicker of humanity as she wrestles with her concern for Luna's mental state and the potential fallout for Steffi. Her decision to confide in Deacon hints at a desire to do the right thing, perhaps seeking a path toward redemption after years of chaos. Could this be the moment Sheila turns a corner, using her notorious cunning for good rather than evil? Her conflicted emotions. Part maternal instinct for her granddaughter, part fear of the consequences, add depth to a character who's often seen as one-dimensional. Deacon, on the other hand, faces a moral dilemma of his own. Armed with Sheila's disturbing intel, he must decide whether to confront Luna directly, warn Steffi and Finn, or involve the authorities before it's too late. His rough past and deep ties to the Forrester family fuel his urgency, but he's also aware of the fragile trust he's built with Sheila. Every choice carries weight, and Deacon's gruff exterior hides a man desperate to prevent history from repeating itself in the form of senseless violence. As the episode unfolds, the interplay between Sheila and Deacon offers a compelling look at whether love and loyalty can outweigh past mistakes, setting the stage for a narrative arc that could redefine their legacies. As Friday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful looms, the convergence of Luna's dangerous obsession, Steffi and Finn's vulnerability, and Sheila and Deacon's critical decisions creates a powder keg of drama ready to ignite. Will Deacon's warning reach Steffi in time, or will Luna's impulsive actions unleash irreversible tragedy? Could Liam's fading strength become the ultimate sacrifice, or might Sheila's unexpected concern steer the course towards salvation? Every character stands on the brink of transformation, their fates intertwined in a storyline that promises heartbreak, suspense, and perhaps a glimmer of hope. Next, we will uncover the emotionally charged drama simmering on The Bold and the Beautiful as tensions flare at the Cliff House and unsettling secrets spill at Deacon's place. In this expanded exploration of the latest episode, we'll delve into Luna Nozawa's desperate pleas for acceptance, Finn and Steffi's resolute stand against her, and the alarming revelations shared between Deacon Sharp and Sheila Carter Sharp. With new details, heightened emotions, and intricate character dynamics, this story promises to grip fans with its raw intensity. From heartbreaking rejections to dangerous fixations, let's journey through the chaos enveloping these iconic characters in Los Angeles. Luna's heartfelt plea turns to desperation at the Cliff House. Under the dramatic coastal backdrop of the Cliff House, Luna Nozawa stands before her father, Finn, her voice trembling with a mix of longing and despair. Her eyes, brimming with unshed tears, search his face for any sign of warmth as she begs him not to cast her out of his life. Steffi Forrester Finnegan, standing firmly by Finn's side, interjects with a steely tone, reminding Luna that her actions have consequences, painful ones that can't be undone. Luna, feeling the weight of isolation, clutches at the last thread of hope, her voice cracking as she pleads, "Please, don't let Steffi erase me from your world. You're all I have left." She paints a picture of utter loneliness, recounting how every door has slammed shut on her, leaving her adrift in a sea of rejection. Finn, though visibly torn, responds with a heavy heart, clarifying that this painful distance isn't just Steffi's doing, it's a direct result of Luna's own choices and the person she's become. Luna's desperation escalates as she insists that Finn could still embrace her as his daughter if only Steffi would step aside and allow their bond to flourish. She extends her arms as if to physically pull him into her world, imploring both Finn and Steffi to give her one final chance to prove her worth. Her words carry a chilling undercurrent as she hints at the dark paths she might tread if denied this connection, her voice breaking with the weight of her isolation. She reveals that even her grandmother, whom she believed would be her savior, has turned her back on her. Finn's brow furrows in confusion at the mention of a grandmother, and Steffi's sharp intake of breath cuts through the tension as she realizes Luna isn't speaking of Lee Finnegan. "Sheila," Steffi whispers in horror, the name a thunderclap in the room. Luna, undeterred, admits that even Sheila dismissed her, amplifying her plea for Finn's love and acceptance with a raw cry of, "I need you, Dad." Finn's response is a bittersweet lesson, his voice laden with regret as he tells her if he'd been there from her birth, he would have taught her the difference between needing and wanting. He mourns the bond they might have shared, but his resolve hardens as he declares that her past actions against Steffi have forged an unbreakable barrier. "You'll never have a place in our family." "Never," he says, each word a final nail in the coffin of Luna's dwindling hopes. Finn and Steffi's united front, a wall of resolve. Inside the Cliff House, the air grows heavier as Finn and Steffi stand as an unshakable unit against Luna's emotional onslaught. Steffi's piercing gaze doesn't waver, her posture radiating a protective ferocity as she shields her family from further turmoil. Every muscle in her body seems to brace against Luna's words, her silence speaking volumes about the pain and betrayal she's endured at Luna's hands. Finn, though his eyes betray a flicker of sadness for the daughter he never knew, matches Steffi's strength with his own quiet determination. He steps closer to his wife, their intertwined hands a silent vow that no amount of pleading will breach their defenses. The ocean waves crashing outside mirror the tumult within, as Finn reflects on the countless nights he's spent wondering about Luna, only to realize that her actions have made reconciliation an impossible dream. Their united front isn't just about protecting themselves. It's about safeguarding the life they've built, a sanctuary of trust and love that Luna's presence threatens to shatter. Steffi, recalling the sleepless nights and whispered fears triggered by Luna's past deceptions, feels a surge of anger mixed with pity. Yet, her resolve remains ironclad, she cannot allow Luna's chaos to infiltrate their home again. Finn, meanwhile, wrestles with the duality of his role as a father and a husband, his heart aching for what could have been while knowing that prioritizing Steffi's safety and peace is non-negotiable. As Luna's pleas echo unanswered, the couple's shared glances convey a mutual understanding. Some bridges, once burned, cannot be rebuilt, no matter how desperate the cries from the other side. Deacon and Sheila face a troubling truth. Across town at Deacon's cozy apartment above Il Giardino, a different storm brews as Deacon Sharp confronts Sheila Carter Sharp about her recent interactions with Luna. His weathered face creases with concern as he questions whether their run-in was truly coincidental, hoping against hope that Sheila hasn't crossed a line he thought they'd agreed upon. Sheila, her expression a mix of defiance and guilt, confesses that it was no accident. She deliberately sought out Luna, driven by a longing to connect with her granddaughter. Her voice softens as she begs Deacon not to be upset, explaining how her heart went out to Luna, a young woman forsaken even by her own mother. Deacon's frustration erupts, his tone sharp as he reminds Sheila of her promise to steer clear of Luna, exclaiming, "We both know why everyone's abandoned her." His hands clench into fists, not out of anger at Sheila, but at the mess that Luna's presence always seems to drag in its wake. Sheila nods solemnly, acknowledging the reasons behind Luna's isolation, but her worry deepens as she admits that engaging with Luna might have been a grave error. When Deacon presses for details, Sheila hesitates, her words faltering as she murmurs, "Nothing's happened, yet." She shares how she's tried to guide Luna toward a path of redemption, drawing from her own tumultuous journey in hopes of showing her that change is possible. But Luna's fixation on Will Spencer alarms Deacon, who fears she'll soon turn her chaos toward the young man. Sheila, however, reveals a more pressing concern, Luna's unhealthy obsession with forging a bond with Finn, a dream she believes can only come true if Steffi is removed from the equation. Deacon's eyes widen in panic as he processes the implication, his voice rising with urgency, "She's threatening Steffi again, isn't she?" Sheila, reluctant to escalate things further, advises against involving the police just yet, though her unease is palpable. She admits to relating to Luna's longing for connection, a confession that chills Deacon as Sheila grimly notes that Luna is in a dark, dangerous place, and seems intent on pulling others, including Sheila herself, into her destructive orbit. A dangerous obsession takes root. As the episode builds toward its climax, Luna's fixation on Finn and her belief that Steffi is the sole barrier to her happiness casts a sinister shadow over everyone involved. Deacon, pacing restlessly, grapples with the horrifying realization that Luna isn't even attempting to conceal her intentions. Her desire to eliminate Steffi is an open wound, raw and unhidden. His mind races through worst-case scenarios, imagining the devastation that could unfold if Luna acts on her impulses. Sheila, meanwhile, wrestles with her own conflicted feelings, torn between empathy for her granddaughter's pain and the dread of what she might do next. Her attempts to steer Luna away from this deadly path have failed, leaving her to wonder if she's unwittingly fanned the flames of a fire that could consume them all. The stakes couldn't be higher as Luna's spiraling thoughts threaten to manifest into catastrophic actions. At the Cliff House, Finn and Steffi remain unaware of the full extent of the danger, their rejection of Luna potentially fueling her desperation to new, terrifying heights. Will Deacon find a way to intervene before tragedy strikes, or will Sheila's hesitation prove to be a fatal mistake? The intricate dance of family ties, broken trust, and dangerous obsessions sets the stage for a storyline that promises to keep viewers riveted with every twist and turn.